Welcome to Let's Learn.
Here comes the topic natural vegetation and wildlife. Have you observed the type of trees, bushes, grasses, and birds in the fields and parks in and around your school? Are they similar or there are variations? India being a vast country, you can imagine the types of bioforms available throughout the country. Our country, India, is one of the 12 mega biodiversity countries of the world. With 47,000 plant species, India occupies 10th place in the world and 4th in Asia in plant diversity. There are about 15,000 flowering plants in India, which account for 6% of world's total number of flowering plants. The country has mainly non-flowering plants such as ferns, algae and fungi. India also has approximately 90,000 species of animals as well as a rich variety of fishes in its fresh and marine waters. The natural vegetation refers to a plant community which has grown naturally without human aid and has left undisturbed in humans for a long time. This is termed as virgin vegetation. Thus, cultivated crops and fruits or orchids form part of vegetations but not natural vegetation. And here is a boxed content. The virgin vegetation, which are purely Indian, are known as endemic and indigenous species, but those which have come from outside India are termed as exotic plants. The term flora is used to denote plants of a particular region or period. Similarly, the species of plants are referred to as fauna. This huge diversity in flora and fauna kingdom is due to following factors. Land. Land affects the natural vegetation directly and indirectly. Do we expect the same type of vegetation in mountain, plateau, and plain areas or in dry or wet regions? The nature of land influences the type of vegetation. The fertile level is generally devoid of agriculture. The undulating and the rough terrains are areas where grasslands and woodlands develop and give shelter to varieties of wildlife. Soil. The soil also vary over space. Different types of soil provide basis for different types of vegetation. The sandy soil of a desert supports cactus and thorny bushes, while wet marshy deltoic soil supports mangrove and deltoic vegetation. The hill slopes will with some depth of soil have conical trees. Climate. Temperature. The character and extent of vegetation are mainly determined by temperature along with the humidity in air, precipitation and soil. On the slope of Himalayas and the hills of peninsula above the height of 915 meters, the fall in temperature affects the type of vegetation and its growth, changes it from tropical to subtropic and alpine vegetation. So here's a table. Vegetation shown: tropical above 24 degrees C and in January about 18 degrees C. So there will be no frost, and subtropic as it follows 17 degree to 24 degree in average. So in mean degree in January 10 degree to 18 degree. Frost is rare, and the temperate, which is 7 degree to 17 degree in average. So in January minus 1 degree to minus 10 degree. So the remark will be frost, some snow. And alpine, which is above 7 degree and below minus 1 degree, and the remark will be snow. And photoperiod, that's sunlight. The variation in duration of a sunlight at different places is due to differences in latitude, altitude and season and duration of day. Due to longer duration of sunlight, trees grow faster in summer. And here is boxed content. Why are the southern slopes in Himalayan regions covered with thick vegetation covers are compared to northern slope of some hills? And the precipitation in hills, almost the entire rainfall is brought in by advancing southwest monsoon, that is June to September, and a retreating northeast monsoon. Areas of heavy rainfall have more dense vegetation when compared to areas of less rainfall. Have you ever thought As to why forests are important for human beings, forests are renewable resources and play a major role in enhancing the quality of environment. They modify local climate, control soil erosion, regulate stream flow, support a wide varieties of industries, provide livelihood for many communities, and offer panoramic or scenic view of recreation. They control wind force and temperature and cause rain. They provide humus to the soil and shelter to the wildlife. India's natural vegetation is undergone many changes due to several factors such as the growing demand for cultivated land, development of industries and mining, urbanization and overgrazing of pastures. The vegetation cover of India in large parts is no more natural except in some inaccessible regions like the Himalayas, the hilly regions of central India and Marustali. The vegetation in most of areas have been modified at some places or replaced or degraded by human occupancy. According to India State of Forest Report 2019, the forest cover in India is 21.67%. So you can have a look over the table and types of vegetation. The following types of vegetation may be identified in our country: tropical evergreen forest, tropical deciduous forest, tropical thorn forest and shrubs, mountain forest and mangrove forest, tropical evergreen forest. These forests are restricted to a heavy rainfall area in the Western Ghats and island group of Lakshadweep, Andaman, Nicobar and upper parts in Assam and Tamil Nadu coast, and there are at their best in areas having more than 200 centimeters of rainfall with a short dry season. The tree reaches a height up to 60 meters or even above. Since the region is warm and wet throughout the year, it has a luxuriant vegetation of all kinds, such as trees, shrubs, and creepers, giving it a multi-layered structure. And there is no definite time for forest to shed their leaves. As such, these forests appear green all around the year. And you can have a look over the map. And some of important commercial trees of this forest are ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber, and chinchona. The common animals found in the forest are monkey, elephant, lemur, and deer. One-horned rhinoceros are found in the jungle of Assam and West Bengal. Besides these animals, plenty of birds, bats, sloth, scorpions, and snail are also found in the jungle. Tropical deciduous forest. There are most widespread forests in India. They are also called as monsoon forest and spread over the region, receiving 200 to 70 centimeter of rainfall. The trees of this forest type shed their leaves for about 6 to 8 weeks in dry summer. On the basis of availability of water, these forests are further divided into a moist and dry deciduous. The former is found in areas receiving 200 to 100 centimeter. This forest exists therefore most in eastern part of the country, such as northeastern states along the foothills in Himalayas, Jharkhand, West Odisha and Chhattisgarh, and on the east slopes in Western Ghats. Teak is the most dominant species of this forest. Bamboo sal, sajam, sandalwood, khair, kusum, arjun, and mulberry are the other commercial important species. The dry deciduous forests are found in area having a rainfall of 100 cm to 70 cm. These forests are found in the rainer parts of a peninsula plateau and plains of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. There are open stretches in which teak, sal, people, and neem grows. A larger part of our region has been cleared for the cultivation, and some part are used for grazing. In this forest, the common animals found are lion, tiger, pig, deer, and elephant. A huge varieties of birds, lizards, snake, and tortoise are also found here. The thorn forest and shrubs. In regions with less than 70 cm of rainfall, the natural vegetation consists of thorny trees and bushes. This type of vegetation is found in the northwestern part of country, including semi-arid areas of Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana. Acai, palms, euphorbias, and cacti are the main species. Trees are scattered and have long roots penetrating deep into the soil in order to get moisture. The stems are succulent to conserve water. Leaves are mostly thick and small to minimize evaporation. The forests give way to thorn forest and shrubs in arid areas. In this forest, the common animals are rat, mice, rabbits, fox, wolf, tiger, lion, wild ass, horse, and camels. Mountain forest. In the mountain areas, the decrease in the temperature with increased altitude leads to the corresponding changes in natural vegetation. As such, there is a succession of natural vegetation belt in the same order as we see from tropical to tundra region. The wet temperate type of forest are found between the height of 1000 to 2000 meters. Evergreen broadleaf trees such as oaks and chestnut predominant between 1500 and 3000 meters. Temperate forest containing coniferous forest like pine, deodar, silver fir, spruce, and cedar are found. These forests cover mostly the southern slopes of Himalayas and places having high altitude in the southern and northeastern India. At higher elevations, temperate grasslands are common. At high altitude, generally more than 3600 meters above the sea level, temperate forest and grasslands give way to alpine vegetation. Silver fir, junipers, pines, and birches are the common trees in this forest. However, they get progressively stunted as they approach the snow line. Ultimately, through shrubs and scrubs, they merge into the alpine grassland. They are used extensively for grazing by nomadic tribes like the Gurjas and Bakarwals. At high altitude, mosses like lichens form part of tundra vegetation. The common animals found in the forest are Kashmir stag, spotted deer, wild sheep, jack rabbit, Tibetan antelope, yak and snow leopard, squirrel, shabby horn, wild ibex, bear and a rare red panda, sheep and goats with thick hairs. Mountain forest. The mountain tidal forest, that's mangrove. The mangrove tidal forests are found in the areas of coastal influenced by tides. Mud and silt gets accumulated on such coasts. Dense mangrove are the common varieties with roots of the plants submerged underwater. The deltas of Ganga, the Mahanadi, the Krishna, the Godavari, and the Kaveri are covered with such vegetation. In the Ganga Brahmaputra delta, the Sundri trees are found, which provide durable hard timber. Palm, coconut, kyora, agar, etc., are grown in some part of delta. Royal Bengal tiger is famous animal in this forest. Turtle, crocodile, gharials, and snakes are found in the forest. And is an important note of a medicinal plant. India is known for its herbs and species from ancient time. Since 2000 plants have been discovered in Ayurveda and at least 500 are in regular use. The World Conservation Union's Red List has named 352 medicinal plants, of which 52 are typically threatened and 49 endangered. The commonly used plants in India are Sarpangadam, used to treat blood pressure. It is found only in India. Jamun, the juice from the ripe fruit is used to prepare vinegar, which is carminative and diuretic and has a digestive properties. The powder of seeds are used for controlling diabetes. Arjun. The fresh juice of leaves is a cure for earache. It is also used to regulate blood pressure. Bubble. Leaves are used as cure for eye sore. Its gum is used as tonic. Neem. It has high antibiotic and antibacterial properties. Tulsi. It is used to cure and cough and cold. Kachnut. It is used to cure the asthma and ulcer. The buds and roots are good for digestive problems. Wildlife. Like its flora, India has a rich in fauna. It has approximately 90,000 animal species. The country has about 2,000 species of birds. They constitute 13% of world's total. There are 2,546 species of fishes, which account for nearly 12% of world's stock. It also shares between 5 to 8% of world's amphibian, reptiles, and animals. Elephants are the most majestic animals among the mammals. They are found in hot wet forests of Assam, Karnataka, and Kerala. One-horned rhinoceros are the other animals which live in swampy and marshy lands of Assam and West Bengal. The arid areas of Rann of Kutch and Thar Desert are the habitat of wild ass and camels respectively. Indian bison, nilgai, that's blue bull, and Chausingha, four-lobed antelope, gazelle, and different species of deer are found in India. Wildlife Protection Act was implemented in the year 1972. India is the only country in the world that has both tiger and lion. The natural habitat of Indian lion is in the Gir forest in Gujarat. Tigers are found in the forest of Madhya Pradesh, the Sundarbans of West Bengal, the Himalayan region. The leopard too are members of cat family, and they are then important among the prey. And here's a boxed content. The Gir forest is the last remaining habitat of Asiatic lion. The Himalayan harbor a hardy range of animals which survive in extreme cold. Ladakh's freezing high altitude are a home to yak, the Shahi horned wild ox weighing around 1 ton, the Tibetan antelope, the Baharal blue sheep, the blue wild sheep, and Kiang, Tibetan wild ass. Furthermore, the ibex, bear, snow leopard, and a rare red panda are found in certain pockets. In rivers, lakes, and coastal areas, the turtle, crocodile, and gharials are found. The latter is only a representative of varieties of crocodile found in the world today. The wildlife in India is colorful. The peacock, the pigeons, duck, parakeet, crane, and pigeons are some of the birds inhabiting in the forest and wetland in the country. We have selected our crops from a biodiverse environment, that is, from the reserve of edible plants. We are experienced and selected many medicinal plants. The animals were selected from a large stock provided by nature as a mulch animals. They are provided as a drought power, transportation, meat, and eggs. The fish provide nutritive food, and many insects helps in pollination of crop and fruit trees, and exerting biological control on such insects is harmful. Every species has a role to play in ecosystem, hence the conservation is essential. As has been mentioned earlier, due to the excessive exploitation of animals and forest reserves by human beings, the ecosystem has been disturbed. About 1,300 plant species are endangered and 20 species are extinct. Quite a few animal species are also endangered and some have been extinct. The main cause for the major threat to nature is hunting by greedy hunters for the commercial purpose, and the pollution due to the chemical and industrial waste, acid deposits, introduction of alien species, and the reckless cutting of the forest to bring land under the cultivation and habitation are also responsible for the imbalance. To protect the fauna and flora of the country, government has taken many steps. 18 biosphere reserves have been set up in the country to protect the fauna and flora. 10 of these, the Sundarban, Nanda Devi, Gulf of Mannar, the Nilgiri, Nokrik, Great Nicobar, Manas, Simlipal, Panchmari, and Achanak Amarkantak have been included in the World Network of Bioreserves. And migratory birds. Some of the wetlands of India are popular with migratory birds. During winter, the birds such as Siberian crane come in large number. One such place favorable with birds is the Ran of Kutch, at place where the desert merges with the sea. Flamingo with their brilliant pink plumage comes in thousands to build nest mound formed the salty mud and raise the younger ones, and it is one among the extraordinary sight in the country. Bio 18 biosphere reserves, as I have already led, I'll read it once again. The Sundarbans, Gulf of Mannar, Nilgiri, Nanda Devi, Nokrik, Great Nicobar, Manas, Kutch, Seychelles, Simlipur, Dibang, Dihang Dibang, Dibru Shikau, Agastya Malay, Kanchenjunga, Panchmari, Achanak Amarkantak, Cold Desert, and the last Panna. And we will continue from where we left there. The financial and economic assistance is provided to many botanical gardens by the government since 1992. Project Tiger, Project Elephant, Project Great Indian Bastard, and many eco development projects have been introduced. 101 natural parks, 534 wildlife for 53 wildlife sanctuaries and zoological gardens are set to take care of the natural heritage. All of us must realize the importance of natural ecosystem for our own survival, and it's possible if indiscriminate destruction of natural environment is put in to an immediate end.
Thanks for watching the video. Do like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more notifications.